IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, Fairfield Federal, Standing Stone Bank, Buckeye Toyota, the Huddle Tire Company, Park National Bank, and North Body Shop.
From Tom Petty Gymnasium at Bloom-Carroll Middle School, IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week. Tonight, a good one from the Mid-State League Buckeye Division as the Fairfield Union Falcons take on the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. Hi again, everybody. I'm Josh Messerly, and this one should be a good one tonight. Both teams come in 3-3 overall. Fairfield Union 2-1 in the Mid-State League Buckeye Division. Bloom-Carroll 2-2 in the MSL. Both these teams, though, coming off of back-to-back losses. Fairfield Union last played on Saturday, losing to a very good Waverly team. In fact, ranked number 10 in Division II. They lost that game, though, 57-52. Bloom-Carroll played on Wednesday night, losing at Liberty Union 52-44. But it will be very interesting to see how these two teams adapt. Of course, crazy times that we are in right now with the COVID-19 pandemic, and that has made for some challenges for both of these teams. And talking to both coaches this week, trying to get through those challenges. And Alex Eversole, the head coach of Fairfield Union, talked about his team. He's been very pleased with how they have dealt with this year. They've had a 21-day break in practice back in November, several players out due to quarantine, and even with those challenges, they've been able to overcome those. Bloom-Carroll, on the other hand, have the same thing. Joe Goodyear said they've been able to overcome their challenges. The biggest difficulty is, I think, trying to find a rhythm as you see both coaches on the sidelines. And we'll get to our starting five. For Fairfield Union, they've got Brennan Rolls, a 5'9" sophomore, Ryan McGill, a 6'4" senior, Charlie Bean, a 6'4" senior, Ted Hara, a 6'4" sophomore, and Christian Carsey, a 6-foot senior. For Bloom-Carroll, Ryan Williams, a 6'3" senior. It's Chase Allwood, a 6'3" junior. Evan Dozer, a 6'3" junior. Jared Rose, a 6'3" junior. And Aiden Anderson, a 5'7" sophomore. And we are underway here from Bloom-Carroll. That's Anderson with it, giving it up to Dozer. Turn around and comes up short. Rebound pulled away by the Falcons. Dozer averaging a little over 12, actually almost 13 a game for the Bulldogs. There's Rolls trying to give it up, and we'll find Carsey, and they'll swing it around and go to work here on the Bulldog defense for the Falcons' first possession. Looking inside, instead pulling it back out. Here's McGill. He'll get it back, trying to feed, looks like Carsey inside, or rather that was Hara on the post. Falcons showing some patience here on this possession. There's Bean in trouble, and he will turn it over. Bean trying to find somebody in the sidelines, could not do it, and the Bulldogs force an early turnover. There's Williams with it. Down the corner, Chase Allwood. He'll launch for three. Off the glass, too strong. Rebound pulled down by Hara of the Falcons. Still scoreless. 90 seconds into this one. And there's a nice deflection by Evan Dozer. And it'll stay with the Falcons. As Rolls will be the trigger man for Fairfield Union. We get another look at the last possession, showing some patience. There's Bean, he'll launch for three. Too strong off the back iron, but there to put it back in is Ted Hara. And Hara with the first basket of the ball game. There's Williams dishing it out to Allwood. In the corner, Rose. Williams going strong to the hoop and lays it in.
Driving the finish, Ryan Williams.
We are all squared up at 2 here early on. Fairfield Union averaging 54 points per game, giving up 44. And there's a traveling violation. Meanwhile, Bloom-Carroll pretty much about the same. They are 48 on offense, averaging a little over 48 a game and giving up 48 a game. Hence probably why they are a 500 team at this point in the season. Anderson dishes it off, and the pull-up is no good by Rose. Rebound pulled down by Bean of the Falcons. See if they want to push it here. One is McGill to the basket. Scoop shot up, no good. And a fight for it underneath the basket. And that'll be McGill and Dozer tied up, and the arrow will keep it with Fairfield Union. Both teams showing some physical play. You get a good look there at Ryan McGill. And off the inbound, nice play.
Basket good by Bean.
As Bean finishes. We'll get another look at that, and there's a foul up top. Looks like Bean's going to get called for the push right in front of the Fairfield Union bench. Here's another look at this inbound pass. Coming from McGill, just a nice little lob over the top. Bean ready for it. Catch and shoot. Nicely done. Foul goes on Bean, his first, team's first. Allwood thought about the three. He'll get it back. Wide open for three, and it's off the iron. Rebound loose, controlled by McGill. McGill wants to run, dishes it off to Rolls. Now he'll pull back up, and it will be McGill launching for three. It's no good. Rebound tapped out, and finally controlled by the Falcons. There's Rolls with it again. Spin move, pump, up and off the glass, and too strong as Rose pulls it down for the Bulldogs. 4-2 the score in favor of Fairfield Union halfway through the opening quarter. Here's Dozer. Bulldogs swinging around, finally open shooter. Anderson knocks down the tray.
Three-point basket good. Anderson.
Aiden Anderson averaging 4.7 points per game for the 5'7" sophomore, and that gives Bloom-Carroll the 5-4 advantage. Both these teams showing a lot of patience early on, getting some good ball movement, trying to get the best looks that they can. Comes a screen for McGill. Now inside. Nice ball movement and everything but the finish for the Falcons, as Carsey couldn't get that one to go. At the other end to Dozer. Finds Williams, goes to the hole. Too strong. Rebound pulled down by Charlie Bean. Some quality looks for both teams, just unable to finish so far. 5-4 the lead for Bloom-Carroll. Inside, McGill gets, or rather that was McGill. There's Bean driving baseline. His shot's no good. Rebound pulled down by Anderson. Wants to run, and now he will slow it up and wait. No, he's going to shoot off the front iron. Perhaps a ill-advised shot there a little early as we get another look at a shot earlier made by Anderson over in the corner. Wide open, he figures why not take it. Bean pump fakes in the corner. They swing it around. McGill going to the basket strong and lays it in. McGill averaging 17.2 points per game. He's the second leading scorer on this Falcons team. Puts them out in front 6-5 and back the other way. Off the glass and in for Anderson. A lot of movement here early on. Both teams just trying to feel each other out and figure out what they're going to see from each other. The first matchup these two will face. And there's a giveaway. Dozer racing down the other end, and he'll lay it in with the left hand. And thrown right to Evan Dozer. As you see the replay earlier from McGill with a nice soft touch. 9-6 the advantage for the Bulldogs. Both these teams still trying to figure out who they are in this season. Having some stops and starts with COVID, some cancellations. A lot of teams, of course, going through those situations, but when you haven't been able to practice or play consistently, it's hard to perform consistently when you have those opportunities. Bulldogs playing some tough defense on the Falcons. We're inside a minute to play in the quarter, and see if Fairfield Union will hold for the last shot. Open look for Bean, it rims out. And McGill come down with the rebound with a half minute to play in the quarter. And the Bulldogs will slow it down a little bit. Rose will dish it off, and Williams is going to hold as we're down to 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Anderson launching for three, off the mark. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter with the score. Bloom-Carroll 9, Fairfield Union 6. Tonight's game is brought to you by North Body Shop, providing quality customer service, parts, and reliability since 1979. Owner Mark North will provide you with a free written warranty on each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right. Game also brought to you by Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Personal or business banking, whatever you need. We take it seriously because we know you do too. The difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. 9-6 the score in favor of Bloom-Carroll after one quarter of play. Here from Tom Petty Gymnasium. You see a youngster crawling around in the stands. So both of these two teams came in losing 2 straight games as Bloom-Carroll dropped one the other night to Liberty Union. Also a tough one here on Monday night at home against Granville, losing that one 44-41. And Fairfield Union coming off of a loss I mentioned earlier to Waverly on Saturday. Then they played on December 30th, a loss at home against Sheridan, 49-42. So both these two teams still trying to figure out who they are and what they want to do with their personnel this year. And both coaches really appreciate the opportunities to get to play. And I think that's the most important thing right now is just having opportunities to play. That shot's up and good for Chase Allwood. And that gives the Bulldogs an 11-6 advantage. McGill trying to cross over. On top of the key it goes. McGill gets it back on the wing. Here's Landon Woodside into the ball game for the first time tonight. Now Bean will launch a three and knock it down. A much-needed triple for the Falcons. Cuts it to a 2-point game. Dozer gives it up. Now here's Clark on the wing. Luck up into the ball game as well. He misses from 3. Rebound pulled down by the Falcons. As we see the 3 earlier. Nice looking stroke by Bean. And back to live action. His shot's up and no good. Rebound pulled down by the Bulldogs. A couple players collided there near midcourt. No foul. There's a 3 in the corner off the side of the iron by Allwood. Bean with it for the Falcons. Coach Alex Eversole from the sideline encouraging his Falcons to push it on this possession. Here's an open look, and it's knocked down from the wing. That's Christian Carsey, averaging 7.2 points per game for the 6-foot senior. And he gives the Falcons the lead back at 12-11. Here's Clark, pull up from 17, too strong. Rebound pulled by Bean. There's another look at Carsey's three on the last possession for the Falcons. A nice looking stroke there. They'll go inside, and it's taken away by Dozer, but they're going to say that he was on the baseline. He'll turn it over.
Checking in for Fairfield Junior number 2, Brennan Rolls.
As Brennan Rolls comes into the ball game, back into the game, replacing Charlie Bean. Rolls will be throwing it in. See what kind of inbound they come up with in this possession. Dozer comes away with the steal. Quickly ahead it goes to Lobb. He goes to the basket. Nice lay-in for Monty Lobb. First two for him tonight, and the Bulldogs regain the lead at 13-12. Can't expect this one to be a back-and-forth affair all night. So far it has been. Top of the key, Carsey gives it up. There's Woodside. Rolls, finds McGill, misses off the back iron from downtown. As Coach Joe Goodyear telling his Bulldogs to push it on this possession. Both teams kind of trying to see what they're made of at this point. There's Clark. Top the key to Lobb. Lobb thought about driving in, but thought better of it. He'll find Luckup. Now to Allwood. A game of hot potato right now for the Bulldogs. Here's an open look for Luckup for three, and he knocks it down.
3-point basket good by the senior Luckup.
Joe Luckup averaging 4.2 points per game. Knocks down his first of the night. Makes it a 4-point advantage for BC. Rolls has to give it up. Finds Hara. Spins in the middle of the lane. Shot's no good. Pulling it down is Allwood for the Bulldogs. Shot is too strong by Dozer, and they're going to say it was knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Fairfield Union. Here's a nice look at Luckup's three. He's way out there, kind of college range, maybe not quite NBA range, but definitely college range three for Luckup. It looks like Aiden Anderson's going to check back into the ball game for Bloom-Carroll. He'll replace Luckup. Falcons with the ball, but down by 4 here in the second quarter. Both of these two teams also have something in common where leads later in the ball game have been tough to hold. We'll talk about that coming up in the second half. Here's Bean as they get over him around the horn. His shot's off the mark. Rebound tracked down. I look up ahead to Rose. And he throws it back, and a nice save on the sideline. Luck up another deep three. And it's off the mark, and a push from behind. They're going to get Jared Rose for the push. Rose trying to get that rebound, but pushed off, and they're going to call him for his first. Team fouls are even at 1 apiece. Evan Dozer will check back in. Brennan Rolls also will check back into the ball game. See a look at Luckup as he goes to the bench. Check out the spaced out benches here at Bloom-Carroll. All the protocols both teams having to follow this year among them. A little bit smaller crowd. Normally this would be a capacity crowd, but restricted to basically family at this point. So that's why we're able to be glad to bring this to you on this Friday night. Our entire IVP crew here, we'll talk about them here in a little bit as well. Inside, off the glass, and too strong. Rebound pulled down by the Bulldogs. Spin move, may have got away with a walk, but Williams able to finish off the glass. Ryan Williams averaging 9 per game, already up to 4 here in the first half. Bean pulls up just outside the elbow. It's too strong. Allwood comes up with the board. A ball movement. And there's a three in the corner, knocked down by Ryan Williams. Back-to-back baskets for the senior, and a timeout taken by Fairfield Union. There was the first basket by Williams. May have took a step or two extra, but was able to get it off the glass and in. And extend the lead to 21-12 right now after he made the three on the ensuing possession. As you get a look inside the Fairfield Union huddle. This Fairfield Union team, of course, Mid-State League champions. 4 out of the last 5 years. And Bloom-Carroll trying to get back to that level. They've not won a Mid-State League title since 2014-2015. You see head coach Alex Eversole now in season number 7. Hard to believe at Fairfield Union. Joe Goodyear in year number 2 at Bloom-Carroll. With 2 minutes to go here in the half. Nice to see the pep band here tonight for Bloom-Carroll. They'll probably playing a little bit at halftime as well. Just kind of improves the atmosphere a little bit. It's been a good start for this Bloom-Carroll team. Trying to shake off a couple straight losses. As are the Falcons. No one wants to have a 3-game losing streak as we enter upon what normally would be about the midway point of the high school basketball season. This year, depending on how many games you've actually played, may not be quite at the midway point. See what the Falcons come up with here out of the timeout. A lot of movement around the perimeter. McGill calling for a screen and getting one. He's going to pull up. A runner in the lane is good for Ryan McGill. A badly needed bucket for the Falcons. Makes it 21-14. It's Allwood finding Anderson inside the Dozer on the block. Now Clark thought about taking the shot. He'll give it up to Dozer. Williams. Bulldogs showing a lot of patience as we hit the 1-minute mark in the quarter. Inside, nice defense by Hera to knock it out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Bulldogs. Jared Rose will check back in. Will replace Deshaun Clark. And Allwood will get it out of the inbound. Here's Dozer cutting across the lane, lays it in. Evan Dozer, 4 points in the half. You see him getting ready to play some defense on Ryan McGill. We near a half minute to play in the half. Falcons trying to close it out strong. Looks like they may try and play for the last shot. Down to 7 seconds. McGill in trouble. Pump fake, shot up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Hera. Now a shot from the wing is no good, and that's going to take us to halftime. With the score, Bloom-Carroll 23, Fairfield Union 14. You're watching the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week here on IVP Sports.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, Fairfield Federal, Standing Stone Bank, Buckeye Toyota, The Huddle Tire Company, Park National Bank, and North Body Shop.
The moment that you're told that you have cancer, so many things were going through my mind.
I had this pain that kind of doubled over, and FMC got me the help that I needed, so I ended up surviving.
Fairfield Medical Center has helped me get through what was the hardest 6 months of my life.
When I first came to Fairfield Medical Center, she was probably having an allergic reaction. They saved her life, and that's why she's here today.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the high school football game of the week. I'm Jaron Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Tonight, we've got a great one for you. The Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs.
It was a great week of practice. Even in the rain and the weather, we had a great week of practice.
Schneider, lots of running room to midfield. He's gone. Ryan Schneider down the near sideline for a touchdown for the Aces.
We have a hold on the offense, number 20. That penalty will be declined. They'll bring up fourth down.
And we're going to give you this game ball here because you're a Tiberios fan of the game. And thanks for being here, Jacob.
Thank you. The Polar Bears are your OAC tournament champions. First time since 2009. What an exciting finish for the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
Trophy because you've earned it.
Come experience the Huddle Tire difference. Locally owned and operated since 1910, we're your independent tire and auto repair shop. We carry all major brands of tires, including Goodyear, Cooper, BF Goodrich, and many more. But we're more than just tires. From safety inspections to alignments, brakes, shocks, and struts, even preventive maintenance, we can handle it all. Enjoy the ride at Huddle Tire Company, 300 South Columbus Street, or we can be reached at our website at huddletire.com.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Back at Tom Petty Gymnasium, Bloom-Carroll Middle School, halftime where the Bulldogs lead the Falcons of Fairfield Union 23-14. Leading scorer for Bloom-Carroll, leading all scorers, was senior Ryan Williams with 7 points, including 1 3-pointer. Aiden Anderson also with 5, including 1 from behind the arc. And for Fairfield Union, they were led by Charlie Bean, 5, including 1 3-pointer. Also 4 from Ryan McGill, the 6'4 senior. 23-14, Bloom-Carroll on top. We're coming back with the second half in a moment. You're watching the IVP Sports Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week.
Buckeye Toyota, the hometown dealer who's here to help. Family owned for over 40 years and proudly helping with all of your automotive needs. We are honored to partner with countless charities, churches, and schools like Lancaster High School.
When it comes to partners in sports in the community, Buckeye Toyota has been there year after year to offer their support. Thank you, Buckeye Toyota, from all of us here at Lancaster High School.
Thank you for calling Buckeye Toyota. How may I help you?
Fairfield Medical Center took care of me like I was family.
I was made to feel like I was the only person that they were going to see that day, even though I knew that wasn't the case.
Everyone at Fairfield Medical Center was very attentive. They just put my mind at ease.
I was there for 12 days, and I felt comfortable there.
We were people to them, not a number. They took the time to get to know us, our personalities.
Well, they saved my life. You know, how do you beat that?
I don't know how I could have gotten through it without them.
Experience Fairfield Medical Center.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, Fairfield Federal, Standing Stone Bank, Buckeye Toyota, the Huddle Tire Company, Park National Bank, and North Body Shop.
23-14, Bloom-Carroll leading Fairfield Union as we get ready to start the second half. Josh Messerly and our entire IVP Sports crew here at the Tom Petty Gymnasium. And very fast-paced first half it was. As kind of a game of runs in the first half for both these teams. Bloom-Carroll had a 9-6 advantage after a quarter, and then they outscored Fairfield Union 14-8 in the second quarter. As you get a look at the pep band for Bloom-Carroll High School. Nice to have the pep band here. Makes a nice atmosphere in the gym tonight. We will remind you that tonight's game is being brought to you by Standing Stone Bank. Whether you're ready to tackle a mortgage loan or need cash for home improvements, make Standing Stone Bank the key player in your home or business financial plans. Business to business, neighbor to neighbor. Let's grow this town together. Standing Stone Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC. Also Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks to Larry Tipton and the crew for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town. It's all Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. Open for dine-in or carry-out from 11 to 11. Both teams now out on the floor getting ready for the second half. We'll see which one of these two teams can kind of tighten it up, especially in the fourth quarter. Both of these teams have had some games get away with them. Fairfield Union was outscored 14-5 in the fourth quarter of a game they led against Sheridan. They led that one 37-35 last week. Ended up losing at 49-42. And on Saturday, they led after one at the half and then through three quarters against Waverly, but ended up getting beat 57-52. Bloom-Carroll pretty similar on Wednesday night. They were tied at 37 against Liberty Union after three, but the Lions went on an 11-0 run that started late in the third and early in the fourth to pull away from the Bulldogs in that one. And then Bloom-Carroll lost a heartbreaker on Monday night here to Granville, and they scored one field goal in the final 10 minutes of that ball game that ended up going to overtime because they led 35-26 early in the fourth quarter. So we'll see which one of these two teams can right the wrongs that they've had lately in the fourth quarter and kind of figure out a way to finish it out. Of course, both these two teams only playing 6 games so far, so still just trying to find the rhythm. Coach Alex Eversole talking about his team said, they're still a work in progress, but they play very hard and they care quite a bit. You can do a lot as a coach when you have those qualities. Coach Goodyear saying his team, still just looking for their strengths, trying to find themselves a little bit. So we'll see who can do a better job of that in the second half. So it'll be Fairfield Union's basketball. Falcons trying to get something going here in the second half to try and do something about that deficit, which is 9 points right now. There's Charlie Bean starting it out. Carsey finding McGill. Trying to figure out which way to attack the Bulldog defense. Trying to go inside. Skip pass over to Rolls. Looks like they're trying to go inside to Hara. McGill. Shots up and good for Ryan McGill.
Basket good by McGill.
McGill, the second leading scorer on the year for the Falcons. They need to get him going. He had 4 in the first half. And inside, and a foul, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Wipe off the basket as Williams went hard to the rack. But stepping in front were a couple of Falcon defenders.
Team's first.
It's going to be the first on Williams. Defender just kind of slid in there underneath the baskets. We'll get another look at that. And you see, nice job inside by Carsey stepping in and taking the charge. And that one's knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch by the Bulldogs. I think it was off Dozer, so it will be Fairfield Union basketball. Perhaps that charge will get the Falcons going. Sometimes a good defensive play can get the offense going. Then that one nearly thrown away. A nice save on the sideline by Carsey. How about that? He was doing his best to stay in bounds and was able to save it to a teammate. Here's McGill trying to shake and bake. Bean out of Carsey. And a reach-in foul is going to get called. Looks like it might have been Rose got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Rather, that's going to go on Allwood. That'll be his first. Rolls inbound pass, gets knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Fairfield Union. Falcons had a nice inbound earlier in the first half that resulted in a basket. Falcons trying to grind out this possession. Swinging around, McGill with it. Here's Bean. Thought about he was going to drive. Now an open look for McGill, and he knocks it down.
3-point basket good by Ryan McGill.
Ryan McGill starting to heat up a little bit. 5 points here in the second half, 9 for the game. Cuts it to 23-19. Allwood, pump fake, trying to do something with it. Has it deflected up in the air and taken away by the Falcons. Here's Bean on the break. Dishes from McGill. Now back to Bean. He'll launch for 3. Rims out. Here's Anderson. 2-on-2. Runner is no good as Rolls comes away at the rebounds. We'll get another look off the nice dish to McGill, and he knocked down the open 3. And while we were showing you that replay, a foul away from the ball.
That was on Bloom-Carroll's Evan Dozer.
Actually, it's going to go on Dozer. It was on the shooter. Ryan McGill, 6'4" senior. Knocks down the first free throw. First player in double figures tonight. McGill, 18 points against Waverly and double figures for him the game before that against Sheridan. So McGill will have one more at the line. And he knocks it down, a player that Falcons knew they would be relying on heavily coming into this season, and he's lived up to the billing so far. Cuts it to a 2-point game. Bulldogs trying to get their first basket of the half. That's too strong by Allwood. It's been all Falcons so far here in the third quarter. A lot of it has to do with Ryan McGill. Spins, has it poked away, dishes it, gets it back, and he knocks down a 3.
Three-point basket good by Ryan McGill.
14 for Ryan McGill, including all 10 here in the second half for the Falcons as they take the lead 24-23, and a timeout taken by Bloom-Carroll. Ryan McGill starting to heat up here in the second half. Just what the Falcons needed, as you see the dish in the corner. And you can't leave that guy open, that's for sure. Came in with 4 points at the half, and he's got 14 now. As you see a look inside of the Fairfield Union huddle, and see McGill there on the left. Looks like he's huffing and puffing a little bit, kind of worn out maybe here the way he's started this second half. And we will remind you tonight's game's also brought to you by Park National Bank. Strong communities are built with local volunteers, donations, and leadership. For more than 100 years, Park National Bank has been invested in the success of our customers and communities. From personal connections to large-scale partnerships, we strive to create a positive outcome for individuals, families, neighborhoods, cities, and everything in between. Park National Bank is proud to support high school sports. There you see our setup, our crew tonight. That's Donnie Ziegfeld on the end. Bob Campetti trying to hide behind Donnie there. Shane Messina up top on the top camera. And doing all the filming of that is Tom Russo down on the baseline, getting you the great shots down on the floor. So thanks to our IVP Sports crew for bringing you this one tonight. We're back to action. Bulldogs trying to get something going. So far being shut out here early in the quarter. And that one's ripped away by Ryan McGill. He'll stay with the Bulldogs. In the corner, it's Luck up for three, and he knocks it down, and Bloom-Carroll badly needed that basket. Luck up trying to get his Bulldogs going as they retake the lead, 26-24. This one has chance to be a real back and forth game. We said that earlier, and that looks to be the case. And laying it in underneath
Basket good by Hara.
is Ted Hara. He's got 4 points. As you see the earlier triple by Leckup. Back to live action. We're all square at 26. Leckup will give it up. Going to the basket. Nice move through the lane and lay in for Chase Allwood. 4 for Allwood. And the Bulldogs regain the lead. Rolls gives it up to McGill. He's had the hot hand here in the second half. Trying to go around a screen. Looking inside to Hara, but thought better of it was Bean. Man-to-man defense by the Bulldogs. Here's McGill in trouble, trying to make something happen, and comes up short. Allwood coming away with it. A deep shot by Luckup off the front iron. He's hit a couple deep ones earlier, and laying it in, going to the basket is Allwood. A lot of contact, no call. And it's a 4-point lead for the Bulldogs. Allwood now with 6 in the game, matching his per-game average. Now push off and an offensive foul called as McGill tried to clear out some space. There's a look at at Luckup's deep three. And there you see a little bit of contact in the basket. No call. Good look there underneath from Tom Russo's camera. Doing a great job down there on the baseline. It's Ryan McGill's first foul, by the way, on the push-off for Fairfield Union. First team foul. Dozer goes to the basket and lays it in. 6 for Evan Dozer. And it's now a 6-point advantage for Bloom-Carroll. Well, we've definitely seen this as a game of runs. Fairfield Union's got hot for a while. Bloom-Carroll answers. They go on a little bit of a run. See if Fairfield Union can answer, and there's a foul. As all would have thought he was going to come up with a steal, instead called for the hold. By the way, we want to give a shout out tonight to our colleague Tim Shoemaker watching us tonight. So thanks for watching, Tim, and thank you for watching. We missed seeing Tim. We had to scale down our crew a little bit this year with COVID, but we hope to see Tim back with us in time for football season. And going to the basket was Rolls, had it blocked, finds a teammate, and the finish. Carsey had everything but the finish there for the Falcons. There's Luck up, driving the lane, lays it off the glass, too strong. Falcons come away with it as we near 1 minute to play in the third. Very fast-paced ball game. As you can hear in the background, Donnie Bear, the biggest fan for the Bulldogs, cheering on the defense for Bloom-Carroll. There's a lob inside to Hara. And the shot's off the mark, but a foul underneath. Going to go against Fairfield Union. That's going to go on Charlie Bean. Yeah, there's Donnie Bear. Got his mask on. He's not going to miss these games. That's the second foul, by the way, on Charlie Bean of Fairfield Union. And we are inside of a minute to play in the quarter, and the Bulldogs looking to hold for the last one as Coach Goodyear shouting out instructions on the sideline for Bloom-Carroll. Anderson holding and dribbling now. Inside of 10 seconds. Dishes it off. Open look and off the mark for Rose. And that's going to bring us to the end of 3 with the score. Bloom-Carroll 32 and Fairfield Union 26. I want to remind you our next game for you on IVP Sports will be coming your way on Tuesday night. And as I read this schedule, I guess as everything is these days, the schedule subject to change, but right now it looks like the game's still on Tuesday night. It'll be at Lancaster as the Gales are having a good season. 7-1 going into play tonight against Pickerington Central, but they'll have the Groveport Madison Cruisers on Tuesday night as they will take on Groveport in an OCC Ohio matchup. Then our next game after that will come your way on January 21st as Amanda Clear Creek is at Bern Union. It's a girls matchup, a good Bern Union team ranked number 1 in Division 4 in girls. And then the next night we'll have a good rivalry out of the Mid-State League Cardinal Division. That's January 22nd as Bern Union will take on Fisher Catholic in boys action. So a lot of good basketball coming your way. Again, we'll say the caveat schedule as it is right now and possibly subject to change with cancellations and things like that. But we're hoping that we'll be able to get those games on as scheduled. Bloom-Carroll will start here the fourth quarter with the basketball. That was nearly an errant pass as Dozer able to keep it in bounds. Talked about it earlier, both these teams having difficulties holding on to fourth quarter leads. We'll see if Bloom-Carroll can hold on to a 6-point advantage. They're holding on to the basketball right now, trying to make the Falcons work on the defensive end. Throwing it high off the window and drawing the fouls, Ryan Williams, and he'll go to the line for a pair.
Fouls on Fairfield Union's number 21, Ted
Hara picks up his first. Third team foul on Fairfield Union as you get a good look at the 6'3 senior. First free throw is good. With reduced capacities, you could definitely hear a pin drop when he was at the line. Got very quiet here in the building. And he'll have one more at the line. And that bounces in. 9 in the game for Williams, makes it 34-26 Bulldogs. There's a three on the wing attempt, no good, and a foul on the rebound as Hara was fighting for it. But Aiden Anderson going to be calling for the reach in. That's his first 15th foul. Could be a way that the Falcons get back in. This one's at the line. So he'll be in the bonus here shortly. Hara inside, dishes it out. Bean open for three, off the front iron. Long rebound goes out of bounds and over to Bloom-Carroll. Get a look at Aiden Anderson bringing it up the floor. And he'll take a three, Anderson does. That one doesn't go down, but a long rebound goes to Bloom-Carroll, and that's got to be very difficult for the Falcons to see with all that defense played, all for naught as they don't get the rebound. Allwood knocks it down.
Basket good by Chase Allwood.
8 in the game for Chase Allwood. Makes it a 10-point advantage for BC. There's McGill, who went on a personal 10-0 run early in this half. And a reach-in foul. Those are trying to rip it away and gets called for the personal. There you see Allwood spinning in the lane and a nice little teardrop to finish it. And a timeout taken by Fairfield Union. Timeout comes with 5:52 to go in the ball game. 10 points lead for Bloom-Carroll. As it's really been a across-the-board night for Bloom-Carroll. Ryan Williams with 9, Chase Allwood with 8. The rest of it's kind of been spread out equally. Fairfield Union's been led by Ryan McGill with 14. And then 5 for Charlie Bean, and pretty much spread out from there on. These two teams will be back in action again tomorrow night. Fairfield Union will be at home against St. Charles. Then Tuesday night they will actually be at home as well for Taze Valley. Meanwhile, Bloom-Carroll will be at New Lexington tomorrow night, and then they'll be at Hamilton Township on Tuesday. With these teams in the meat of the Mid-State League Buckeye schedule. There's a shot for McGill, good from the wing. He's been the guy for Fairfield Union tonight when they've needed a basket. He's already up to 17. Rose finds Allwood. Over to Williams. Bloom-Carroll showing a lot of patience. Although you don't want to be too complacent in this situation. Trying to make Fairfield Union earn it on the defensive end. Now a shot taken, and it rims out by Allwood. Falcons come away with it. Here's McGill dishing rolls. Trying to find an open look, getting it back to McGill. Wonder if they'll try and set a screen for him and get it back to him. That one nearly thrown away. There's two guys in the same spot. Here's Carsey, back to Rolls. Bulldogs not making it easy on the defensive end, that's for sure. Bean going to take it in, pull up, and knocks it down. The fadeaway for Charlie Bean. That one was a tough one. And it makes it a 5-point game as we near 4 minutes to play. There's a shot attempt from the outside. It's no good. Bean comes away at the rebound. As we get another look at Bean on the offensive end, look how difficult that shot was to make. Back to live action. Bean with it again for three. That goes halfway down and pops out. Coming away with the board is Jared Rose. Rose dishes corner for three. Allwood misses it. End-to-end action. McGill ahead to Carsey, who lays it in. Christian Carsey with 5 points there. A big deuce to make it 36-33. Timeout taken by Bloom-Carroll with 3:12 to go. See another look at McGill's pass ahead to Carsey. That's a tough play as he had to catch it, spin, and then go to the basket. Maybe a little bit of contact as well. Coach Eversole said of Christian Carsey, the most improved player on the team. He's a nice surprise, and he's given his team a big boost in rebounding, scoring, and defense. And you see right there, giving his team a big boost. Getting it back to a one-possession game with 3:12 to go in this one. As you get a look inside of both huddles, Coach Goodyear coaching up his team, trying to hold on to this three-point leads. Mentioned earlier, both of these teams having some difficulties at times holding on to late leads. They've seen them evaporate in the last couple of games and leading to back-to-back losses for both the Falcons and Bulldogs. It'll be Bloom-Carroll basketball coming out of the timeout, as they will trigger it in right in front of the bench. And Luckup will throw it in the backcourt for Anderson. Luckup's not afraid from taking deep threes. He's done a couple times tonight. He's done that. Almost did it there and almost got caught in between. Finds Dozer in amongst the trees, has it knocked away, but a foul is called. Evan Dozer had 4 Falcons in front of him. I think one player got the block and another one picked up the foul. Bean will pick up the foul. It's his third. They'll send Evan Dozer to the line. Dozer averaging 12.8 on the air. So you get another look at that. Looked like almost got it tied up for a second by Carsey. Dozer first free throw is good. .62 junior will have one more at the line. And he pushes it back to a 5-point lead for Bloom-Carroll. McGill open for three. That's an air ball as Luckup will keep it in bounds. Haven't seen too many shots like that tonight from McGill. Most of the time he's been knocking them down. We'll see if the Bulldogs kind of go into slowdown mode here as we are inside of 2.5 to play, and a reach-in foul committed by Charlie Bean. That's going to be number 4 on him.
Number 10, Charlie Bean, his 4th, team 5th.
15 foul against the Falcons. As we're going to get a quick substitution, Landon Woodside will come back in to replace Bean. A little offense-defense substitution for the Falcons. Falcons will have to commit a couple more fouls to put the Bulldogs at the line. Crossover by Anderson. Now Williams is going to hold it for a moment. Allwoods now finds Williams. Not quite a four-corner offense for Bloom-Carroll, but very methodical in this set. Dishing it off, Dozer catches, and he'll dribble it back out near center circle. We're getting close to 90 seconds to play. Here comes the double team. Swinging over to Allwood. Now cross-court pass to Williams. It looks like the Bulldogs are going to dribble out as much time as they can. Falcons are going to probably have to foul here. They want to get the basketball back. And a foul is committed by Brennan Rolls. That's going to be his first, only the 16th foul, so the Falcons are going to have to commit one more.
Fouls on Fairfield Union's number 2, Brennan Rolls, his first, team 6.
Jared Rose will check back in for Bloom-Carroll. He'll replace Joe Luckup.
Checking in for Fairfield Union, number 10, Charlie Bean. Checking in for Bloom-Carroll.
Charlie Bean will come back in for Woodside, and a timeout taken by Fairfield Union. So they've got 2 remaining. And Bloom-Carroll's got 3 timeouts remaining. Again, 16 fouls apiece. So next one will put either team in the bonus, and for what it's worth, Fairfield Union has the possession arrow.
Spectators are not permitted to congregate in the facility at the conclusion.
You got to think here, Fairfield Union coming out of this timeout is going to have to foul. For the most part, this has been a fairly low foul game, if you will. Not too many called either way, so nobody other than Charlie Bean, who has 4, nobody else really in any foul difficulty. The only other player with more than 1 foul is Chase Allwood of Bloom-Carroll. He's got 2, that's it. Bloom-Carroll will have a sideline inbound to start with 1:14 to go. I think a foul's coming here from Fairfield Union, and it's going to be before the ball's even tossed in. There's going to commit the hold. I'll send Ryan Williams to the line.
His second, team 7. Ryan Williams be at the line shooting, and 1-1 for the Bulldogs.
Williams tonight, 9 points. 7 of those coming in the first half. One and one, rims out. That thing hung on the front of the rim and then fell off. 5-point game. McGill going to the basket through contact. Doesn't get the basket, but they're going to call the block, and Ryan McGill is going to go to the line. He was going right to the hole. Evan Dozer got in his way and got called for the block. That'll be his third. So McGill working on a 17-point night. Only had 4 in the first half, but since halftime, 13. And you'll get another look at him trying to back his man down.
Checking in for Fairfield Union.
Trying to cut into the deficit with the clock stopped, which is at 1:07 right now in a 5-point contest. First free throw, no good. And if that does nothing else, that prevents Fairfield Union from cutting this down to a 1-possession game. Second one for McGill is good. Give him 18 on the night, make it a 4-point game. We near 1 minute in regulation time, and in the backcourt, a foul is called. Almost could have been a foul on Dozer, who was trying to reach around with the hook. Officials could have called that as well. Instead, it will be on Carsey, his first, 8th team foul. Charlie Bean coming back in for Fairfield Union. Deshaun Clark coming back in for Bloom-Carroll. 1-1 for Dozer. First free throw, no good. Another 1-and-1 miss, another front end missed by the Bulldogs. 4-point game, inside of a minute to go. McGill, crossover. Turn around, misses it. Rebound, lost out of bounds, and it will stay with Fairfield Union with 49 seconds to go. Timeout taken by Coach Alex Eversole of Fairfield Union. 38-34 the score. Boy, a tough shot there by McGill, but Fairfield Union got a big break when the Bulldogs were unable to pull it back in. And they'll get another look here, trying to cut it to a one-possession game. Both of these teams looking for their 4th win overall and their 3rd conference win. Mentioned they'll both play non-league games tomorrow night and then get back into league action on Tuesday night. Fairfield Union home against Tays Valley, and Bloom-Carroll at Hamilton Township. We'll be back in action, the IVP Sports crew, on Tuesday night from Lancaster High Schools. We'll see the Gale Force take on Groveport. Jared Stewart will have the call for you on that one, which promises to be a interesting game. Always a tough OCC action, and then we'll see the first time the Gales this year. 7-1 record entering tonight's play, and looks like they're going to have a good season. It's been a while since they've had some success. So Falcons, after the timeout, will have it. Down by 4. Rolls, lobbing it inside. Hara, turnaround, off the mark. A rebound, and a foul is going to be called against Bloom-Carroll. Push off on Rose. Came away at the rebound, really unnecessary on the chicken wing.
Foul's going to be on Bloom-Carroll's number 5, Jared Rose, his 2nd, team 8th.
So that's the 8th team foul. Being an offensive foul, it will just be an inbound pass. As Rolls catches. Looking inside. And he'll get it inside to Hara. Turn around, leaves it short, and going to be goaltending, offensive goaltending, so no basket. And it'll be Bloom-Carroll basketball with 31 seconds to go. Looked like somebody got a hand on it while it was in the cylinder. Now a trap in the corner. Bulldogs trying to break the press. Instead, a reach-in foul is going to be called. And we'll walk it down the other end for free throws. Couple opportunities here late in the game as we get another look at that last possession. Looked like Bean, got it right on the flange and the backboard, so that'll be a good call there. First free throw is no good. That's 3 front ends of the 1-and-1 that the Bulldogs have missed. Bean watches for 3. Misses, and it will go out of bounds and over to the Bulldogs with 18 seconds to go. Anderson fouled in the backcourt as he had a trio of Falcons surround him. And we'll walk it down the other end. That'll be the 10th team foul, so no more 1-and-1 for the Bulldogs, but they have struggled at the line here late in this ball game to ice it. Falcons, of course, unable to take advantage of those misses at the line. Anderson working on a 5-point night. Make it 6 as he knocks it down. Sean Clark checking back in. He'll replace Jared Rose. One more at the line for Anderson. And missed it. Door cracked slightly open for the Falcons. McGill nearly threw it away. Saving it is Carsey. Finds Bean in the corner. He misses. Anderson comes away with it. Tie up, and they're going to say time expired, and that's your ball game. Final score, Bloom-Carroll 39, Fairfield Union 34. A well-played ball game for both. Both had opportunities, and I think both coaches would say that they're just proud to get the opportunity to play this one tonight. But Bloom-Carroll gets a much-needed home win to snap out of a 2-game skid, to improve in 4-3 on the overall record and 3-2 in the Mid-State League. Buckeye. Fairfield Union falls to 3-4 and 2-2 in the Mid-State League. Leading scorer tonight, leading all scorers, was Ryan McGill with 18 points in a losing effort for Fairfield Union. Bloom-Carroll was led offensively by Ryan Williams with 9, and then a couple other players supporting him, Chase Allwood and Evan Dozer with 8. So a good effort tonight from the Bulldogs across the board. Not necessarily one player doing it all, but Coach Goodyear probably happy with that balanced scoring effort tonight. Once again, the final score, Bloom-Carroll 39, Fairfield Union 34. We'll remind you again that our next broadcast will come your way on Tuesday night from Lancaster High School. There'll be boys action as the Gales will take on the Groveport Cruisers. Jared Stewart will have that one for you. So from Bloom-Carroll Middle School one more time, 39-34. The Bulldogs get the win. For our entire IVP Sports crew, I'm Josh Messerly. Thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, Fairfield Federal, Standing Stone Bank, Buckeye Toyota, the Huddle Tire Company, Park National Bank, and North Body Shop.